Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and you're looking at my 2-5 drill around the circle of fifths. What it doesn't say on this sheet is these are rootless voicings. What's a rootless voicing? Well, let's take a look at it. I guess the first thing we should do is take a look at a chord voicing that, has a root. So here's a chord progression. D minor 7, G 7, and C 6. Well, those voicings have roots. D minor 7 with D as the bottom note. The D is the root. G7 and the G is the root. There it is in the middle. And then I played the C6 like this, and the root is on the top. It doesn't really matter where it is. It still has a root. But if I want to play chords that have extra notes in them, for instance, if I want to play D minor 7, 9, and 11, that's a giant-ass stack of notes, and I can get to the ninth with one hand, but I can't do much better than that. So this is what I do. I throw away a note. And the note that I throw away first, maybe this doesn't make sense, is the root. You don't need to play the root because all the energy and important information of the chord is in the third and the seventh. I'm taking advantage of a rule of harmony, which is that the seventh and the third are the most important notes in a chord. So what I've done here, and I was just playing that in my left hand, that was D minor 7, third, fifth, seventh, ninth. G7, there isn't even a fifth here. There's no G, there's no D. Seventh, ninth, third, 13th. G7, G13, really, right? C6, 9, E, G, A, D. I've thrown away the root. D minor 9, G13, C6, 9. I was just looking at how long ago I created this chart for myself and my students. More than 20 years, I'll just put it that way. So here's a chart which just basically takes those 2-5 voicings and rolls them around the circle of fifths. Now, for those of you who don't read music, this will be a little bit frustrating, but what the heck, right? I thought I would throw it out there anyhow. And if you look at this chart, you can see that I've just basically taken a key signature for every measure. For instance, for this measure here, that's the 2-5 in the key of C, D minor 7, G7. The F is on the bottom here. The F is on the bottom here. The F goes from being the third of D minor 7 to the seventh of G7. Now, if I go around the circle of fifths, what's the next key after C? Down a fifth is F. So this measure here is the key of F. And of course, G minor 7 is, the 2 of F. C7, the 5. And here we see that beautiful sound of the seventh, that's the F, dropping down to the third, that's the E. The seventh of G minor 7 descends a half step to become the third of C7. It happened here too, it just was a little bit harder to see. The C right here went down to become the B. And we're going to get this beautiful motion if we go around the circle of fifths. This is the key of C, this is the key of F, this is the key of B flat. This is the key of E flat. Look how the dominant chord turns into the minor 7 chord, or the minor 9 chord is the way I voice these. Well, depending on how you start your 2-5 series, you're going to begin either on the third and wind up on the seventh, or you're going to begin on the seventh, like this one, and wind up on the third. That means that there's a version of the 2-5 in C, which goes third in the bass to seventh in the bass. There has to also be, starting down here, which I call the BA series, sort of the reverse series, there has to be a version where the 2 chord has the seventh at the bottom and the 5-7 chord has the third at the bottom, and that's what that whole second series is. Now, hopefully by now, you've taken a screenshot of this and you're going to practice it at home every day. Here's what I've discovered in my own life. Nobody practices this enough. I am now going to insert a scrolling version of this, which you may practice at your leisure again and again and again. Learn to do it in your sleep. Okay, I'm going to insert this scrolling version of this exercise here. It's going to go by and you'll hear the sound of the chords. At 60 beats a minute, you can use YouTube's function to speed it up or slow it down, obviously. And don't listen to me either when you're doing this. This is a drill. It means you got to repeat it. I say do it in your left hand and also do it in your right hand. I'm just going to let it run, and I'll be back when it's over. There'll be chapter markers. You'll be able to find where things are. Did you do the drill? That drill's something you can come back to again and again and again, or you can just write out these voicings for yourself and practice them. It didn't take me long to do this. I did it 20 years ago. This sheet's been floating around. You can probably find versions of it on the internet somewhere. And I guarantee you, Rootless Voicings will change the way you understand harmony, if only for the simple reason that it emphasizes how the third and the seventh are the beating heart of functional harmony, of how chords move and support each other. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe and ding the bell. You'll be notified when I do my videos, and I will see you next time.